Hi, good evening, and thank you for joining in. So today we'll be looking at two topics mainly. One is about Mesoma, the girl from Anambra State who's been in the news recently regarding her JAMB results and all that's been going on. I'm sure we all actually know the history and the story behind all that, the problem she's had with JAMB and the confusion and how it has sort of almost became a national disaster. But then there's been a follow up earlier today. The news came out that Anambra State government, who had set up a committee to find out actually what went wrong or what actually happened. So the committee has indicted her. That's the latest that she got indicted by the committee. And then, so there's been a lot of developing news, from that. But our focus tonight is on the reaction of Innocent Motors. Innocent Motors had previously given this girl a scholarship, based on what everybody thought was her performance. But well, it's what it is. Things have changed. It's no longer what it seemed. So, Innocent Vehicles revoked the scholarship following JAM's the report, especially that came out from Anambra State, that she actually did manipulate her result. So the Innocent Vehicles, which obviously is a leading Nigerian automobile manufacturing company, they today announced that they will withdraw a scholarship from one of its recipients, who is Miss Joy Mesoma Ejikeme. And this is following confirmed, according to them, allegations regarding Mesoma. And the allegation is that she actually did manipulate her UTME result. Miss Ejikeme initially, like I said, received the scholarship due to her reported exceptional performance on the UTME. However, subsequent reports of discrepancies in her score prompted Innocent Vehicles to seek clarification from JAMB, and especially based on that report that came out today. So, an independent committee who carried out the investigation, established by the Anambra State government, Anambra State Governor, Dr. Charles Chukwuma Soludo, they concluded a thorough investigation into the matter, and the committee's findings confirmed that Ms. Seji Keme had manipulated her UTME results. So that's it. That's what they have concluded, and based on that, Motors, Innocent Vehicles, sorry, released a press release earlier, and they expressed their deep disappointment at the outcome, stating that it stands in direct contravention of the values they uphold, particularly those that underscore their scholarship program. In line with these principles and the response to the confirmed findings, we have made the difficult decision to withdraw the scholarship awarded to Ms. Joy Mesoma Ejikeme. The statement read, "This action is a testament to our unyielding commitment to honesty, integrity, and merit based on recognition. The company acknowledged the regrettable nature of this development and the potential dismay it may cause among Miss Ejikeme's supporters, including her school principal and other well meaning supporters. However, they emphasized the importance of maintaining the integrity of their scholarship program and the values it represents. Innocent Vehicles reaffirmed its commitment to supporting deserving students, investing in the future of the education sector, and upholding the highest ethical standards. The company expressed its appreciation to the public, to JAMB, the Anambra State Governors Committee, and all those who have shown understanding and support during this challenging situation. The press release concluded with a commitment to fostering educational excellence in Nigeria. It was signed by Colonel Osigwe, head of corporate communications and affairs at Innocent Group. So that's it about Mesoma. It's quite. I honestly do not know personally how to react to that news because I honestly just wanted it not to be true that she manipulated her result. Just looking at how innocent she looks and how she was defending herself, one of the videos that she made, I just find it so hard to believe that she would have manipulated her result. But then what do I know? And but also, apart from how innocent she looks, sometimes when I think about it, feel like, oh, this lady, oh, they say, of course, she's a young lady. This young lady is, I think she's 19. Irrespective of how innocent she looks, that a 19-year-old woman, it's more clever than some of us would think Mesoma is. So I don't know. It's but then what just baffles me is how can somebody be that bold? How can you do a thing like that and you're so bold with it without even thinking, okay, what if they find what if people find out? How can you manipulate your result and you have the audacity to go receive a scholarship with it and to take it about, carry it about without even having any fear? That is just the part that I cannot wrap my head around. So it's she has liver, man. I'm not saying just not because she manipulated her result, because I believe there are other people who probably would have also done that. But for her to have manipulated her result and then she could um, go, you know, to Innocent Motors, get them. I don't know if they already gave her the money or if it was just a promise that was made to her of 3 million naira scholarship. And she was in the news. She was everywhere as having scored high in the highest actually in JAMB. Taking the glory away from the actual person who scored high. So how could she even have the audacity to do that? Honestly, it's shocking that a young girl like her would, be able to do something like that, and then she has the audacity to take herself about everywhere, enjoying the goodwill of the people and everything else that came with being the highest scorer in JAMB. Fear no even, fear no dey her face. She didn't even think, what if this backfires? What if somebody finds out? And the part I don't understand is where the video she made, where she was saying that she discovered the discrepancies between the result that shows on her paper and the one that shows when she scans, her the code, and then she went to her principal to tell her principal, okay, How? What was she thinking? Was she think? I don't know. Honestly, I don't get it. That's why some people have said maybe she was not involved in the manipulation. It was done on her behalf without her knowing. But then this report that came out indicted her that she was actively involved in doing it. Because if actually she knows that her result was manipulated, why would she go to show her principal the result? And then, because she should be hiding it, I would think. Because if it was me, I would be, in fact, fear, fear go even kill myself before anything else. Because if it was me, I would be hiding it. Because the whole idea was for her to be able to gain admission, I think, into the university, or was the motive for her to get the scholarship, the money. Was that the motive? Because if the motive was to be able to get into the university, her actual score, which was 200 and something, wasn't that bad. And then if she would have successfully gotten into the university with the manipulated one, then she could have just hidden it and seek for admission. And if she eventually gets admission, then mission accomplished. So why parade it about and make all the fuss about it, all the news, and finally get yourself into trouble? Oh well, it's what it is. Okay, so for me, the big news today is about Bola Tinubu and Yari, who got arrested by the SSS because what was it? Because he ignored Bola Tinubu's phone call. As I've been trying to process that all day and thinking, okay, what are we in some sort of military government, or what's actually going on here? But before I get to that, I have just an update from Abia State, where, yeah, actually two updates from Abia State. So one of them is that Abia State welcomes new commissioners committed to development and public service. Governor Alex Soti expresses confidence in newly sworn in commissioners' ability to drive positive change in Abia State. So the news is that Abia State, Nigeria, in a ceremony filled with hope and anticipation, Abia State Governor Alex Soti officially welcomed the newly sworn in commissioners to their roles. So Abia State sworn in new commissioners and commending their wealth of experience and commitment to excellence. The governor expressed confidence in their ability to make a significant impact on the state's development and emphasized the importance of serving the entire state rather than individual interests or clans. Addressing the newly appointed commissioners, Governor Oti stressed the core areas of focus for their tenure, which for him, he said it's job creation, poverty alleviation, and improving living conditions. He emphasized the critical need for developing quality roads, effective drainage systems, and robust energy networks to enhance the state's infrastructure. So the governor said, while we do not expect miracles overnight, your daily commitment to our promises will be key in achieving our vision for Abia. Governor Oti stated um, he called upon the commissioners to serve with dedication and reminded them that their primary goal should be prioritizing the welfare of all Abia residents. So that's Governor Oti. Like I said earlier, he has his commissioners, if that makes sense. So the governor's remarks highlights the challenges that lie ahead for the commissioners, obviously, as public servants. All right, so what was as public servants, they will face scrutiny and obstacles. Image 5MB on their path to effecting positive change. However, Governor Oti urged them to remain steadfast in their commitment to the state's progress. Abia State is known for its rich human and natural resources, and the governor's administration has set a vision for the state to become a place where opportunities abound for all residents. By focusing on job creation, poverty alleviation, and improved infrastructure, the government aims to transform Abia into a prosperous state where the welfare of every citizen is prioritized. I'm quite excited for Abia State because Abia State has really, really suffered, for a long time. I'm from Abia actually, so I'm interested in what is going on in Abia State at the moment, and I've been following um, the updates all the time. Okay, I'm just trying to get this done. Go away, please. So I've been following what's going on in Abia State, and I think Governor Oti for now is moving with a good speed, and he's putting the square pegs and the square holes. He seemed to have started on a good note, and just trying his best to get everything right. Um, so I'm really excited about what's going on in Abia State for now. The newly appointed commissioners come from diverse backgrounds, bringing a range of expertise and experience to their respective roles. Governor Oti expressed his gratitude to each of them for accepting the responsibility of serving the people of Abia State and contributing to its development. Okay. The ceremony concluded with the governor and the newly sworn in commissioners exchanging handshake and warm wishes. The stage is now set for these dedicated public servants to embark on their mission. No, no, what's this though? No, no, I didn't want that. Go back. As Abia State eagerly looks ahead to the positive changes that will be initiated by the new commissioners, the residents remain hopeful that their commitment to excellence and service will create a brighter future for all. So that's one of the news. Like I said, there are a few. Now I've got two actually from Abia State. I'm sick of this. Just this app is driving me crazy. I don't seem to get anything right whenever I'm using it. Oh God. Okay, I'll just ignore it. As long as you can hear my voice, I think that's the most important thing for now. So those commissioners that were given their portfolio in Abia State. I think I got a list of those commissioners a while ago. I'll see if I have it. No, I could swear I had it. I had it somewhere. Yeah, I'll search quickly to see if I can get it. I think somebody sent it to me because someone who was asking me for them and I didn't have, and I think someone else gave that update. Where is it? Yeah, it's here then. So IBA commissioners and their portfolio. We have Ikechukwu Wana, who is Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice. Professor Monica Uronkwe, Commissioner for Agriculture. Kingsley Anosike is for Budget and Planning. Professor Uche Eme Uche is for education, and Philemon Asonye Ogbonna, environment and urban renewal. Mike Akpara for finance. Dr. Ngozi Okoronkwo, health. Prince Oke Kano, information and culture. Chaka Chukwumerije, Commissioner for Lands and Housing. Prince Uzo Nwachukwu, Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Professor Joel Friday Ogbonna, Commissioner for Petroleum and Mineral Resources. Chima Emmanuel Oriako, Commissioner for Science and Technology, and Nwobilo Ananaba for Sports and Youth Development. Dr. Chimezie Isaac Ukebu, Trade, Commerce and Industry. Ngozi Blessing Felix, Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Engineer Don Otumchere Oti is for Works. Comrade Sonny Onwuma is Commissioner for Transport. Engineer Ike Chukwumonde is Power and Public Utilities, while Dr. Matthew Ekuribe is Commissioner for Digital Economy and Small and Medium Enterprises. So that's the list of the commissioners from Abia State. And so that rounds off that one about Abia State. I was saying earlier that for me the big deal today is uh, how the SSS has arrested Senator Yari for ignoring Bola Tinubu's calls. That personally, that opens up a lot of questions. I'm trying to see if I can share that from People's Gazette where I saw the news. Just that this app I'm using, it's I don't know. I almost don't know what I'm doing with it. So if it's showing the wrong thing, bear with me. Hopefully I'll be able to sort it out. Okay. So where is that news now? I don't know if it's showing or not, but I'm just gonna continue. Okay, I think it is. You see, it's showing, but then it mutes me. I'm not talking. Okay. So where is that news now? I don't know if it's showing or not, but I'm just going to continue. Okay, I think it is. You see, it's showing, but then it mutes me. Okay, I think you guys can hear me. Right, cool. So let me go through that and then do a quick commentary about it then. So it says exclusive SSS arrests Senator Yari for ignoring Bola Tinubu's phone call amidst tussle for Senate President. Oh well. So Senator Abdulaziz Yari has spent 2 nights. Oh my goodness, like seriously. He's already spent 2 nights languishing in the dungeon of Nigeria's iron-fisted state security service. People Gazette was told by two officials familiar after multiple telephone calls to his lines from President Bola Tinubu rang through last month. One senior security officer and a state house aide told the Gazette in separate disclosures on Friday that the SSS arrested Mr. Yari on Thursday morning and detained him for thinking the president is a joke. As one official put it, but both sources obtained the Gazette's commitment to keeping them anonymous, so they are anonymous, they can be mentioned, to bounce potential backlash from Mr. Tinubu, who seemed to be shaping up to be a ruthless and vindictive leader after barely 5 weeks in office. Exactly what I thought. He was asked why he ignored the president's phone calls during the Senate leadership battle. My goodness. An official said he started arguing that he has every right to contest for the position and decisions about his political career moves should not come from the president. The president was trying to appeal to him to stand down his ambition to make sure any fate similar to how Bukola Saraki became Senate president in 2015 wouldn't be repeated. The official said, "We all knew that Saraki's emergence back then was the first error President Buhari made, and it crippled his first 4 years in office." Sources said Mr. Yari received a call from Yusuf Bichi, the Director General, to report at the SSS headquarters for an urgent discussion. Upon arrival, Mr. Yari was asked to wait for Mr. Bichi, who purportedly stepped out, but the senator was delayed throughout the day by a phalanx of armed SSS agents, only to be told at about 10 p.m. Thursday that he wouldn't be going home. The Gazette learned the senator's planned visit with other Senate colleagues to former President Ibrahim Babangida on Friday was consequently aborted. His phones were confiscated and he may be spending days, if not weeks, in custody, the source added. A spokesman for the SSS sidestepped questions about the development on Friday. Mr. Yari failed to garner enough votes for the position, but his Senate associates have alleged irregularities and may challenge the outcome in court. This could set him on a collision with the president, with officials warning of their consequences for Mr. Yari's political future should he proceed with the lawsuit. Already, Mr. Tinubu has detained Abdulrasheed Bawa without charges after firing him as the head of the Federal Anti-Corruption Office, EFCC, on June 14. Mr. Bawa was looking into Mr. Tinubu's web of ill-gotten assets at some point in 2020, the Gazette previously reported. Mr. Bawa's detention has persisted after more than 3 weeks, even as he has neither been charged nor publicly accused of any wrongdoings. Also held under a legally dubious authority without charges is Godwin Emefiele, a Nigerian banker whom Mr. Tinubu promptly fired from office as the central bank governor and subsequently ordered detained by the SSS, a national intelligence outfit whose illiberal maneuvers have endured despite the country's blistering journey from the tyranny of military juntas in the 1990s to the third decade of uninterrupted constitutional republic. I don't know, I just somehow like how this piece is written. Officials said Mr. Yari's detention might also drag out if his colleagues at the National Assembly are not fierce enough in demanding his release. One of our sources, that's People's Gazette saying now, that one of their sources said, like Mr. Tinubu, the former Zamfara governor is also a member of the ruling All Progressive Congress, but he poked the president's eye last month when he declared plans to be Senate president at the resumption of the 10th National Assembly. Federal lawmakers, unlike the president and vice president, have no constitutional immunity from arrest and criminal prosecution. Mr. Yari advanced his push to be Senate president even after party leaders publicly endorsed Godswill Akpabio for the position, largely on the account of Mr. Akpabio's Southern Christian identity and second Senate term. Mr. Yari, representing Zamfara West Senatorial District, is a Muslim from the Northwest. The party sought to blame equity within its ranks by ceding the Senate president to a Christian from the South-South. Since Mr. Tinubu is a Muslim from the Southwest and Vice President Kashim Shettima is a Muslim from the Northeast. House Speaker Tajuddin Abbas is a Muslim from Mr. I can't even keep up with all this Muslim from this, from that. But anyway, I hope you get the point of the news. So the thing is that the man, he is a current senator because he contested to be, contested the Senate president's position again. And then, according to the person who spoke to People's Gazette, he was meant not to contest. He probably was told not to, and he defied that. And not only that, the main anger is that he ignored Bola Tinubu's phone calls, I think about a month ago, and now he's gotten himself in trouble. This news was released today, and by then he's already spent 2 days in SSS dungeon. It's just Nigeria, honestly, Nigeria matter they tire me. These days, I just even don't know how to put my mouth. I mean, like, what is going on? How can somebody in that position get arrested for ignoring the president's phone call? Like, seriously, man, what does that even mean? Huh? And like the report was saying, there's every possibility that he's going to spend days or even weeks there. Like, man, Nigeria. Okay, guys, so that's about it for today. Quite a quick one. We've got 3 updates. We talked about the commissioners, and I gave you a list, of the commissioners who's been commissioned or who's been given their portfolios, like we say in Nigeria. They've been given their portfolios and they are ready to start working. And we talked about Mesoma, how innocent vehicles have taken away the scholarship that they gave to her. And then the big one, which for me personally, Yari, who has been arrested and detained by SSS. SSS again, they're just everywhere causing mayhem all through the country. Because he refused to answer President Tinubu's phone calls. So that's it from me tonight, and hopefully see you again soon. Good night.